All right, here is how I turn this into this using Adobe Photoshop's neural filters. First thing I did, drag and drop the video clip into Adobe Photoshop. What you're going to want to do is right click. You want to convert it into a smart object. I like to take mine out of the video group because I just find the video group gets in the way. From here, we're going to go into adjustments. You want to turn it black and white. You can either do this by black and white or adding a hue and saturation. The next adjustment you want to do is an exposure. You're not going to do anything with it just yet, but we're going to need that in a moment. And then the next one is a selective color. Make sure the selective color is set to absolute. Then you go down, you turn the white up to 100, the neutrals down to negative 100, and the blacks down to negative 100. From here, go back to adjustments, invert. So as you can see, it's already looking like nighttime. Duplicate the original layer and bring it all the way to the top. Then we go into blending mode here and we select color. Now what we want to do is go into exposure and just adjust the exposure to get it to where we like it. And then on top of all of it, I'm going to go hue and saturation. I'm going to bring the saturation down considerably. Just set it to wherever you feel looks good. Then we're going to throw on one more adjustment, which is the color balance. From here, you can choose what you want. If you want to do kind of a bluish look, like it's moonlight, you can do it that way. I'm more into the sodium vapor look, sort of like street light that you see at night. Now, effectively, you're done. But from here, if you export out, you're going to find that this just introduces way too much noise. Like this image is going to be crawling, and it's just unusable. But with Adobe's neural filters, you can apply it and not introduce that noise. So what we're going to do is save a copy, and we're going to save it as a PNG. And this is going to be our training image. So from here, you can just get rid of all of that. Now, what we're going to do is filter, neural filter, go to color transfer, custom, and then we select the image we want to train this on. We changed lab to RGB. And then click OK. Then from there, we can adjust, starting with the levels. And we can get that to a place that we like it. Now, effectively, we're done. If I want to further convince it, I could maybe add a vignette, or I can go back into selective color and then kind of bring down those highlights that are in the vent there. And then obviously you can't have candlelight during the daytime. So what I did was I went back out during the night. I filmed the pumpkin with just by candlelight, just by the candle that was inside of it. I then took this video, I layered on top of everything, and I set the blending mode to screen. I lined it up as best as I could to make it look like it was part of the pumpkin. And it really goes a long way to selling that this is happening at night. Now, this process isn't perfect. The way this AI works is that it's doing it by frames. So when new elements enter the frame, it's almost like you left the auto exposure on. Like it freaks out a little bit. But, I mean, I can adjust that. And overall, it's really not that big of a deal. And if you choose your shots carefully, you can do this in broad daylight. I mean, you can basically turn the sun into the moon. And where there's shadow, it will be darkness, and where there's light, you will have moonlight. Just do a sky replacement and you're ready to go.